So in the last classes, what we had discussion, we had we had a discussion stating that whoever service catalogs, we had discussion. Today we will discuss about the concept called record producer. What is record producer? Record producer is nothing but it's like a catalog form which we will be used for the application. So further, what we will do it is, for example, in the service catalog, what we will do, we will add the form, and from that form, we will do the other configurations. So, so generally, what happened? These configurations will be these configurations will be done by the end users. So the end user will raise a work order request, and from that we can do the same thing for it. Now what I'm going to do, that means whenever the work order, for example, if you see in the Flipkart, VL shopping and everything, if you face an issue, what happened, we will create a very less fields for it. That means they will ask what is the issue description, issue category, type of category, like there is a few details. That means what are the details required from them, they can configure the same thing for it. Similarly, today we will see the that means what are the fields or what are the information which was required from them, we will configure the same thing for it, we will do the here. Now the next step is that what I am going to say it, the thing is nothing but this one. So this, for this work order, how we can create a record producer. So the record producer is simple, that as the name implies, will create a records. So record producer. So the most common asked question is, what is the difference between service catalog and a record producer? Service catalog is used to configure the things. So for example, if you see here record producer, so I'm just making here, clicking on new. It's loading, is giving minute, guys. So here recorder. I'm sorry. Just I think this record producer will be, let's see. So we are in a different scope. That's the reason we are not creating. So work order. Say this one and short description. I'm just making a work order request and yeah. See wherever you have say the catalogs. So we just go to the service catalogs, service catalog, and which category we need to add it. So earlier. So I'm just adding it in the can we help since we already used generated recorded data. If you want a template, so the portal settings, whatever you're seeing right now, I'm just going to save this one. Now what happened? I just created the record producer. Now we need to create a fields file. So here, if I open this one work order, so if, if I open work order here, sorry. So whatever the user is change this user enter the one for example field, it has to automatically map to this user field and what was the user has come has selected. For example, I'm just going to create a fields here. The same concept how we will apply the there here also we will apply the same thing here. So if I open here new, so here we have an option called map to field. So map to field is nothing but what was the value we are entering, that should go to the same field. So if I click on map to field, for example, so I'm just going, the field type is reference, right? The reference and the work order is order, I'm just making it 100 to know, right? You saw it. I'm just marking this one as a mandatory. See, if the field is become mandatory, the read only is going to false and read only, and hidden also will go to one. We cannot do the stuff. Next, whatever question. Oh, sorry. I have selected application. If I selected a field user, I'm just marking this one as a request. So we can take any name. So here the name is user, but here you can write any name. That is for our understanding. This is the one. Next one, type specification. What is the type? We need to use it. We need to use the what you called we need to use the what is this name reference. So if there's a reference, what is a user table? Sys underscore user is a user reference. So sys user. So and also here you can write a condition in. So I'm just making is a user is active, then only it will go for the one. So user is active and so the default validity informations availability don't need to anyone, right? So I'm just going to submit this one. Now what happened? A request will be added here. Now the next step is that oh sorry, the record producer it was created. Now we want to add a few more fields. So few more fields is nothing but So now next I'm just want to add this one a company field. So now again I'm just going to here creating a field. So I'm just company. What is the company we have given that has to map to the company field in the system. That is a one thing we have to configure again. I'm just going to order is 200 map to field and type is reference and mandatory is true and the question here I convert is so the field is here. I'm just going to the company or else I'm just making company and we are just making as a mandatory this was true and I'm just going to submit this one. Okay, see, if I'm going to submit this reference field is not yet added so that it will not allow the user to submit the request. So what we have to do, the company is, I'm just making the company table was core underscore company. Submit. So now we have created two fields. And next thing here in the work, two fields we have added. Next one, what we have added application. So I'm just adding this one and modules we need to add it. So here next one I'm just going to add a application. So and which application we need to add it one. So I'm just going to here click on new. Again I'm just going to here. The field name is here the application. So application. Right one. So I'm just this. If you want, we can make a mandatory this one mandatory, and the annotation we don't need. So any help if you want any information. So here, if I write here application you want to work application, which application you need to work and which application need to develop. So for example, I'm just making here you can write it help tag. So types is here. Here it is a variable. That's fine. This is the one. So here the type is it is a lookup choice. So lookup multiple choice is nothing but so it will open the choices for the same thing. If I open this one, fine, and this one is a type specification, and from which table we need to add it. So from which table we need to add it. So the table here, this is the table. So the work order, right? The work order. This is the work order and lookup field value. So what is the lookup one? So for this one, this is the application, we can add it and we can do the same thing. And again, I'm just going to submit. So if I open this one, this also we added. And next step, whatever we want to add, like any other thing also, we can add the same thing for it. So, uh, okay. So you want to add this urgency. For example, I want to add this impact and urgency also. Let's see how we can add it. So for example, again I'm just going to the impact. I'm just showing this is the front end form we are just creating, and from that later I will show you how you can create this one. So I'm just going to the map a field. impact. Sorry, the field type is lookup multiple, and this is the fourth one. So my field is not coming. So this is the fund. So impact. So impact. I'm just writing impact. Type specification and which table we are taking this one. So what is the field we need to add it? Impact. This is the one, and we just do it here. So the impact we have added, and next one urgency. Okay, I'm thinking for this application we have not added the order, so it will not come here. So the next step, I'm just going to add one more field, urgency. So four fields, if I created total five fields, I'm just we are planning to create it. So I'm just opening this one. Later we'll show you how it will works it. So urgency and type specification. The same thing, right? Work order. If you want to add any text fields also you can add it, but right now we have not any text field. I'm just adding anyone. So that's up to you. So this is fine. Now what we have done it is we have created a form and let's see how the records will create it. So if I am going to here for example self-service, wait, self-service, service catalog, self-service and go to the can we help. In the can we help we have added the work order request, right? This is the work order request. See what happened? Applications. Okay, the field type we are getting wrong here. You can configure this work type. Let's see. See, it's not showing one, it is showing some different one. Let's see how we can add the it in the correct one. See, here the lookup field we have not given for this one. So I'm just making this one as just making changes. So So this is the application. We can add the application here. We can add include none. So use that unique values only and upgrade this one. So for example, if I open this one, so what I'm going to do it is I'm just going to open this one. Let's go to the self service. The work order. Why it is not showing? 1 minute. In the configuration what we have added, just go to the item. Version. Then why it is not showing the work order? So if I make a mandatory this one, so 1 minute, I'm just for go to the impact. So the impact and urgency. Okay, for this one showing, but urgency field values is not showing. Why? Impact is fine, but of urgency. 1 minute. If I'm going to our company, I think the table name we have given the wrong. So let me check this one. This urgency, whatever we are given, this is the word order. It's not work order. See? No. I think let me check the table name. What you have given wrong? Let me open this work order. I think yeah, this is Fine. Let me open the table again. So why it is not in the field also urgency is mapped it. Lookup field, so that's fine. So then why it is not showing here? Show here. Let me check. I think go to here again. So if I open this impact, let's compare with the same thing. So how we can configure the same. Let's go to the here. Lookup multiple. I'm just comparing. Work order impact. Impact is nothing but urgency. No mandatory. Still this is fine. And if you come to the question, impact, urgency, annotation, type specification, order impact, value impact. That's fine. And default value, no default value. Mm, availability. Okay, that's okay. So we can ignore these two fields. So at present, so what happened? I will explain you later. So next class, no worries. So this is the form. So when you open this one, so simple. I'm just going to submit this one, and is this application is mandatory. So what happened? I will just see how it will work. See, I'm just going to impact, and I just requester. I'm just making requester. I'm just making. We can add any name. For example, Abel company. So we can select any company. Yes, sir. One, and if you submit the request, if you submit the request, what happened? It will directly create the request, and whatever the value we have given, it will be shown the here. So this is the basic thing. And also, I hope you got it right how we can create it. Forget about this one. So what are the values here? We can directly create it. Before that one, so whenever if you created any service catalog or any other thing, we need to restrict it a particular user. So that means what we have, that means what we have to use it. So here, for example, see, if a new employee is joining, the onboarding request is done by the HR team, or it should be done by the manager of the company, manager in the company. That was very few feel. So if I not given any restriction, so that what it will happen is everyone can raise a onboarding request. So which is a invalid. Now, so now what we have to do it is we have to restrict the particular item to the one. So here we have say right available for non-available for. So here the available for this is called as a user criteria. User criteria is nothing but which will be used for the same thing. So the user criteria is nothing but that means user criteria though, how we want to restrict the user for the same thing here, that we will call it as a user criteria for the same thing. So this is the one of the inter question. I want to restrict a one particular catalog item or a record producer to particular team. How we can achieve the same thing here? So at the time, what we will do it is here. Whatever we are doing, the same thing we are configuring the here. That means here. Let me open the same thing. So here available for if you open this one new, I just want to restrict with the only the ITIL users. ITIL users, how we can do it is we can. I'm just writing ITIL user access. Here, now what is the users? We can give any dynamic users or group. Generally, what happened? We will restrict those things whether it should be the group or it should be for the any other thing. So it should be a group or role. Just give me guys laptop charging down. Just give a minute. We can. I will do it even. So we need to have a user restriction here. Here. If you want any particular user, so you can give the multiple users here. Or else, if you want to give any group, we can give the group names here. We can restrict it. Or else, if you want to give any role, we can give the anyone. Any role. So basically what happened, anything will be what happened, this will be created, should be a role or group. Based upon this one we will restrict the user. So I think it's not showing here. So what I'm going to do is ITIL this one. So if you want any company also we can give it. So we can give the company, and you can add the location if you want any. I think right now we don't have any location specific. We can add it, and the department if you want to write any restriction. So this is the one. Or else if you see match all nothing but whenever if you click on match all, what it will happen is, so it will happen all the records has to. Right now what I'm going to the one, that means the user has to satisfy, group condition has to satisfy, and role has to satisfy, companies has to satisfy, and this location department, these are all conditions has to satisfy the same thing here. So that is a thing how we will do for the here. So here, which means we are restricting the user only the ideal. So for example, here I'm just going to here submitting this one. So I'm just impersonating a user with ITL. For example, I'm just going to impersonate as a Avel tutor. Maybe Avel tutor as ITL role. Okay, ITL user. For example, this is the best example. This one. So the ITL, if I'm going to here and go to the service catalog, can we help? See the work order, we can submit. Okay, I think it's showing some license sorry, restriction with the what you can say. Okay, so maybe we can discuss later this one. ACL issue, I think. So this is the one it has created. Now I'm just going to end the impersonation for this ITIL user. So now what I will do is for this ITIL user, I will just remove the ITIL role for this, and let's see how whether he can execute able to access the user or not. I'm just opening this one. So inherited is false, so it is the coming is directly. If I click on edit ITIL, I'm just going to remove, save. So right now, this user doesn't have ITIL role. Now what happened? I'm just going to check this one, how it will move. Just go here, impersonation, ITIL user. Earlier, we have used to check this one. Now, just go to here, service catalog. Can we help? See, that item is not visible to user since the user doesn't have the ITIL role for the same thing here. So that's thing we can execute the same here. Now, for example, simply now I will add that here. If I open our record producer, so what happened? The record producer, whatever we are creating here, oh, sorry, it was going to workflows, no workflows. So to go to the record producer, open our item. Here, I'm so sorry, I forgot to add here. I'm just we need to go to the users. I'm sorry, I just forgot it. We just go to the users. We will add the ITL to the ITL user. Let's see how it will work here. So now what happened? We just add the ITL role to the user, and let's see how it will execute. See, now this was available. This is since the user has the ITL access. I hope you clear or any confusion still. Okay, that's good. So that is the fundamental about the record producer. Tomorrow we can continue the next topic on the record producer. Till now, today's discussion. Any you have any questions? So today we just a quick recap of what we have had. We just created a one record producer and the work order table. So we just mapped the two fields, requester and company. So the application impact, let's just have some issue that we can discuss later. Maybe that essay issue that we can discuss later. So tomorrow, what today the task is just create a one record producer any table. And the, for example, create a record producer incident table. The requester for map to caller. So I'm just going to create an incident show you table. I'm just asking you to so create an incident. Yes, if you want, we can anyone. So you open this one. See, so that you can create one field. It should map to color and create a category. It should map to category, subcategory, category, subcategory, and the impact should be go to the impact. Urgency go to the urgency, and this will where and state no need. Short description and description. These around three One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Total these seven fields you have to create it, and you have to check whether can you able to create the incidents when the end user by using the record producer. So this is the task for today. I hope you guys clear any confusion. Okay, good. So if no other questions, any questions with the previous topic? Okay. So if no other questions, we can wind up the session and we'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. Okay. Thank you. Bye.